So imagine waking up, opening your banking app, and like instead of dollars, it's just counting down seconds.
Oh, yeah, 86,400 of them.
Exactly. Just vanishing by midnight and never coming back. It is a super intense way to look at life, but, well, that's the exact mindset behind the Productivity Manifesto we're doing a deep dive into today.
Right, it's called time in your hands, control flow.
Yeah. And the core argument here is basically that time is our absolute non-renewable currency. And the author says that building a true legacy isn't about, raw motivation, but it's about building rigid systems.
Which is, it's a genuinely inspiring concept on the surface. But our goal for you today is to strip away a lot of that self-help gloss and really look under the hood.
Yeah, we need to see what's actually working there.
Right, we want to test the actual logic, the science, and honestly, some of the really grand mathematical claims this book uses to back up its whole philosophy.
Well, let's just start right there with the math, because the author leans heavily on this idea that if you just get 1% better every single day, then by the end of the year, you're 37 times better.
Yeah, the classic 1.01 to the power of 365.
Right. And it sounds amazing on paper, but I'm sitting here thinking, I can't just keep adding 1% to my bench press forever.
Or your typing speed, yeah.
Exactly, without breaking a bone or hitting a wall, like human growth isn't actually like a compound interest bank account, is it?
No, it's not. You've hit on the exact logical gap there. The calculation itself is flawlessly correct. The math does check out.
Sure, the numbers are real.
But mapping compound interest directly onto human biology is, well, it's highly speculative and pretty exaggerated.
Because it assumes we just keep going up and up.
Exactly. It assumes human progress scales linearly without any friction at all. The book completely glosses over cognitive fatigue, natural biological ceilings, and, the inevitable plateaus that we literally all hit.
Right, so it's a metaphor, not actual biology.
Yeah, a very exaggerated metaphor.
So if we can't just infinitely compound our way to success, how does the author suggest we actually, get more done?
Well, the answer seems to be absolute laser focus. The book claims multitasking is a complete myth.
Oh, totally.
And that we're paying this massive cognitive tax every single time we switch tasks.
And on this point, the science is rock solid, right? The author cites a 23-minute recovery period after a distraction.
Yes, which is a verified factual phenomenon.
Yeah, 23 minutes just to recover?
Yeah, when you switch from, say, writing a report to just quickly checking an email, your brain's working memory literally has to dump its current cache of rules and load up an entirely new set.
Right, which sounds exhausting.
It is. That process burns glucose and leaves behind what psychologists actually call attention residue. Your brain is essentially still partially stuck on the old task.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. But then, to prove how powerful this unbroken focus is, the author starts pointing to historical titans.
Oh, right, like Leonardo da Vinci and Henry Ford.
Yeah. Arguing that their kind of isolated, concentrated energy is what builds masterpieces. And honestly, comparing my Tuesday morning trying to clear my inbox to Henry Ford inventing the assembly line, it feels like a massive stretch.
It's a deeply flawed comparison, honestly.
Right.
The author uses these figures to prove that systematic focus yields higher output. And that much is true.
Sure, obviously focus helps.
But the flaw is that it completely ignores their unique context.
Yeah.
Ford and Da Vinci had immense inherent resources, entire teams, and, a singular obsessive genius.
Yeah, they weren't just guys working in a cubicle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So framing the average reader's daily distractions against their lifelong obsessions is just a misleading comparison. It really just makes people feel guilty for, checking a Slack message.
Yeah, speaking of teams, that actually brings us to the book's big solution for handling all that busy work, which is delegation.
Ah, yes, the 80% rule.
Right, the idea that if someone else can do a task 80% as well as you can, you should just hand it off to protect your time and sort of scale yourself.
Which is fantastic advice if you are a CEO or a business owner.
Yeah, if you have a team.
Right. But we have to look at the massive assumption being made here. Because this perspective is partially true at the top, but it is highly misleading for the average worker.
Because I can't just slide 80% of my admin duties over to a coworker.
Exactly, not without facing severe consequences from your boss. Most people reading this simply lack the financial capital, the organizational authority, or the team to just delegate their busy work like that.
Right. So I'm looking at all this and realizing, okay, I can't afford a personal assistant, and my habits aren't going to magically turn me into this 37x superhero by December.
Yeah.
So what does this all mean for you listening? Is the whole premise just useless?
I wouldn't say that at all, actually. I mean, here is the final verdict. The core message that systems beat motivation and that attention is power. That is strong and it's convincing.
Okay, so the foundation is solid.
Yes. Relying on automated systems is infinitely better than waiting around to feel motivated. Protecting your attention really is a superpower today. You just need to scale the advice down to reality because the mathematical compounding and the historical genius comparisons are very doubtful.
Got it. So instead of trying to build a Henry Ford-style empire, a realistic system might just be like setting your phone to do not disturb for 45 minutes every morning.
Exactly. So your brain doesn't have to dump its cache constantly.
Right.
You build small, protective, automated boundaries around your energy. Just don't expect a 37x return in a single year.
Yeah, keep expectations grounded. But, it does make you wonder.
What's that?
If time really is our ultimate vanishing currency, are all these exhaustive, rigid productivity systems we build to save time actually just a new stressful way of spending it?
Wow, that is quite the paradox.
Yeah, definitely something to chew on the next time you find yourself watching the clock.